Viewers waiting one.
Yeah. All right. I think we're all good. I think there's a bit of a delay going up, so
That was my notification to say we've gone live.
oh, sick. Not really that live though, because you scratched yourself and it wasn't like it picked it up 10 seconds later.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, Reese was the first one on. First in, first serve.
Straight into the good stuff.
All right, so getting some viewers on. Hey Reese, did you find that man, it's doing weird stuff. Okay, what's the weird stuff? Looks fine on my end through the thing. It's jumping back and forward on the timeline thingo. Alright. Um that could possibly be because of the fucking shed door. But I
Yeah.
didn't really want to open it, but
We're kind of in a tin shed right now.
yeah.
Tablet
Yeah, is that better?
playing fine for me.
Playing fine for you. Oh, okay. It could just be because Reese's in the Pilbara in a mining camp, and he's just like out of reception.
Yeah, his premier still doesn't let good internet over that side of the country. We're from Queensland, it's okay.
I is can I actually get a sound check? It seems to be fine in terms of OBS. It's in the yellow, so I assume it stands alright. Oh, there goes the moto. Some more people to jump onto the chat. The better conversation we have, and the longer it will go. Currently, there's only 3 people on here at the moment, and Reese and Speed Freak are one of them. Hmm. Hey Reese, when you do your live chats, you always have a delay of around about 10 seconds or so. I'm using streaming software. I'm not actually going directly to the YouTube browser itself. That's a possibility. All right. Cool. All right. So we're starting to get a few more viewers now. So, um, uh, all right. So, Reese, do you notice a delay as well? Um, in terms of between the chat and it's really like gotta talk to people at the same time, trying to wait for the conversation to come through. But that would explain when I try to talk to you in the chat that I never get an answer straight away. It's normally like, yeah, 30 seconds or so later on before you even notice it. So that could be one of the reasons why. But this is my first live chat, so basically I'm learning at the same time.
Yeah, we figure it out as we go. That's how we work in the tin shed.
Hashtag design on demand.
Design on demand.
Yeah, that's our new motto.
Say yes and then figure it out as you go. That's my logo.
All right. All right. You can hear my son in the background being told he can't come in the shed at the moment, but he'll be on later.
I don't know why he's whinging. As the apprentice, I never wanted to work on a Sunday, especially a Sunday afternoon.
They get good rates now.
This one doesn't. If I'm not getting paid, why is the apprentice getting paid? I do a shitload more work than he does.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Alrighty. So I'll just wait for a few more people to come on before I start going off about what's happening, but I'll give that probably another 5 minutes or so, up to 10 past. People always jump on a little bit later than the actual start time. So we'll just basically quickly go through it. Any projects, Christmas projects? Anyone been doing some fancy stuff? Spam the link over YouTube. Sean, you want to do that for me? Just go saying we're going live now. Just forward the Big Ev post to the link. Live now, first live tube, I don't know.
Live now.
I had to turn the fan off in the shed just so I could so it wouldn't put wind all over the mic. Had to pull the gearbox out again. Twin turbo, the VS burnout car. Ah.
Wasn't it a T56, was it? I know how to do one of those things 4 times.
Yeah, but Reese has a freaking hoist though, at least.
Ah, that'd be nice. A hoist. Ev doesn't know what a hoist is. He couldn't even afford a shed big enough to fit one in.
Yeah, well, I didn't really plan it.
Yeah.
But it'll come sooner or later. Plans are in the works. But we're looking for a block big enough pretty much. And then stage 2.
We just need a taller shed. It's not wider, just taller.
Yeah.
Tall enough to fit a hoist.
I asked the Monbay Council about and the Titan who did the shed, and I said I want to like raise the roof, and they said no, you have to pull the whole shed down and then rebuild it. And I was like, what? So I just can't just raise the roof 1 extra meter? And they're like, no. I'm just like, well, that just makes it a whole bigger noise.
Just don't tell them. Just do it first, and then see if any of your neighbours bitch and whinge about it, and then deal with it.
The roof is
It's only 2.4. I'm pretty sure to the edges.
yeah, 2.5. 2.5 or 2.6 to the gutter.
Yeah.
But because you can probably see, I know you can't see in the video, but there's a truss that pretty much goes straight across the top of it in the middle. And then that would become a hindrance. So pretty much you need it to be at least 3 meters to the gutter. And then obviously the awning part can take up to 4, but then you got to like big frame part in the middle. So
it's only a Titan shed. If we wanted a hoist, we'd seriously have to get like a portal shed built or something, so we'd have the headroom. So it's all right. When Ev can afford it, he can buy a new house on a bigger block with a bigger shed.
Yeah, barn shed.
Barn shed. Just build
Big
a shed. Just live in a shed.
Just live in a shed. My sister currently lives in a shed because she's still waiting for her house to get built. 3 years after they started.
That doesn't sound too bad. Living in a shed for 3 years. I'm sure it's got everything you need. Plenty of room to work on a car. Can't get in trouble for making a mess in the lounge room if you don't have one.
So, what are we up to? Still seven viewers. Come on, people, jump on, jump on. Yeah, I swear I saw your house design, Reese, in a like one of those YouTube adverts where you can have like three cars and a hoist in the actual garage part. It's like a house made for a
Yeah.
car lover.
I was going to say house made for a hoon.
A house made for a
Yeah, it's a hoon house.
no. Not a hen house, a hoon
A
house.
hoon house. We all need a hoon house.
All right, so obviously last year for Big Ev, we cracked that 600 horsepower mark, which was which was pretty much
It was a hell of an effort to
it was a
get
hell of
there.
an effort. I've been trying to aim for it for a while, and then I
Yeah.
realised that I forgot the goo down the fucking supercharger plate.
Yeah, yeah. For those that don't know, Ev has a history of using too much goo, and he cracked his 600 using
No
all
goo.
goo. So
There was
he's
no
gone.
goo.
He's gone full circle, which is great.
No goo at all.
So if he actually put goo in, the car might have made 600 a little bit easier rather than having this little boost leak going on.
Well, I was always questioning why the fuel temps are going everywhere and chasing his tail a little bit in terms of boost, but we just thought it was valve flow.
Because the boost was leaking out the back door.
Pretty
Reese, time for 700. Uh, if Ev and I combine the Calais and Big Ev,
That affects a little bit.
we've currently got 950. So does that work? Can we just add them both up?
Well, all I can say is I got my 600, and now it's just pretty much trying to make 600 on a daily occurrence, pretty much. Um, that's the hard part. Like 600 then was easy. The weather kind of helped a little bit, but
It was a
I've,
very cold day when we tuned our cars in Brisbane, so we kind of cheated a little.
it's very rare in Brisbane.
Yeah, yeah. Current V6 litres. Yeah, that's it. We just add them together. They both come out of the same shed, so that counts.
Same shed.
The bike's in here too. Can we add up the horsepower of the bike as well? That'll get us over 1,000.
No, the bike doesn't even make any fucking power at the moment.
No.
Bike's been sold for more car parts.
I can bring my bike over.
Or not.
My bike will get us over 1,000 horsepower.
Oh, the Aprilia.
Yep, the Aprilia. Yep.
Yeah. What is that? The Aprilia.
The Aprilia Shiver 750 V twin 750. So
Okay.
lazy man's bike. These little 4 cylinders that you got to rev the tits out of. I'm too lazy to do that.
This is not like an NC22 that you used to have.
Yeah, what's wrong with a little baby blade?
Oh, little 200 horsepower little car.
200 horsepower was like 50.
Okay.
But you could flat change at like 18,000 RPM.
So has anyone else been doing any special, like any mods or done anything to their car? Did anyone actually make their goal that they really wanted to make in 2022?
I did.
No, you didn't. You didn't make 400.
Oh, it wasn't really a goal. I was just talking shit.
That's-
The goal for me was to get the Calais back on the road, get it registered, get it running. I think Reese wins. We're really playing the game where we add up all our engines.
Hey, Aussie Siblings Adventures.
Not all of us make the money that certain people make over in the Pilburys. We can't even afford a shed big enough.
Well, I did a few things. I made 600 horsepower. I also
He's getting one of his trophies off
I
the
like
shelf.
doing one of my trophies off the shelf. I also blew up my clutch.
I wouldn't say blew up, like separated, tore it in half.
One of my trophies.
Who needs this bit? Rubbish.
Well, to my defense, the engine builder took out my dowel pin to the back of my motor. I completely forgot about it when I went to put it back together. So nothing aligned properly.
Yeah, yeah. It'd be easier to put a box in if we could actually see what we're doing properly on a hoist. Well, we've done it now. We've done it now. It's in. It's in properly now. I hope.
Oh. Where's Big Ev? Big Ev is currently sitting in the front garage. Last picture, but it's not at the back at the moment because that's the surprise I want to show everyone. But it's what we'll do is what do you want me to do? Do you want to do my first surprise and then you do your update on the VY and then we do the last surprise, which is currently behind that the tilted door. Otherwise, do you want to do the tilted door for first because it's starting to get fucking hot in here.
Yeah.
Sorry, sorry.
Let's
I'll also apologize for the F word. Sorry,
let's.
I can't beat these in live.
No. Let's do that.
No goat voices here.
I reckon we open the roller door because it is hot.
It is hot. All
Yeah,
right, it is.
It's today has been a stinker in Brisbane, and now we're locked in a tin shed, so it's not.
All right.
Not
So
cool.
first thing off the bat is I'm now broke because oh, wrong way. Uh, I bought a Monaro. Oh, that breeze.
So much better. I can feel the sweat on my back drying off already.
This week I found an ad and I was like, oh, that's a BS ad. And I called the person. I was like, you still really want this much cash for it? And he goes, yeah. So I was like, cool. I'll drive down tomorrow. Well, on Monday because it was New Year's weekend. So yeah, drove down Monday, looked at it, threw the rest of the cash in because I already threw a deposit at him. And yeah, so now I am proud owner of a CV6 Monaro. It is got 250,000 Ks on it. It came out of Grafton, so it's got basically nothing, no corrosion on it whatsoever. A little bit of like would you say like shaly, sandy dirt.
A little bit of sandy, gravelly stuff in the front rails under the engine bay. So I'm assuming it was on a country road and a country thing. Ev had to go all the way to Grafton down into New South Wales to pick it up. It's an '03 VY.
Yeah, so it's gonna so let me just find out if I just bring this up quickly.
Oh, there we go.
So they're not seeing what I'm currently showing them, but if I then switch across to desktop view, whoop, nope, wrong one. And there we go. So I'm using OBS. So you should be able to see this now. Absolutely stock as a rock. Stock as a rock, BY. It actually everything. Stock as a rock.
Full service history?
Full service history at Grafton, 250,000 Ks.
As cliche as it sounds, one lady owner. It actually was a one lady owner
It
car.
literally smells like grandma inside.
Yeah. Everyone loves the smell of a grandma.
Anything I've found so far? AC doesn't work. And the AC doesn't work. That's the only, well, it doesn't work really well. So, the other bad thing about it is the... Oh, why is that video not playing? Yeah, it should be playing. Come on. All right, I can't. That one doesn't work for some reason. Go back to the page. All right, so basically the top of the rear seat, because the Monaro has a slantier roof, the sun comes through it a lot more stronger. Doesn't reflect because it's not like a full taller angle. So the top of the rear seats have all like just dehydrated the crap out of the leather and then ripped the stitching. So that's got to go back to an upholsterer to get redone. But yeah,
It's very acceptable. Like for a 20-year-old car, 250,000 k's on the clock, for black leather seats to go to shit. Like, really? Are you gonna whinge about that?
I'm not winning.
Yeah, it's not really something to whinge about.
Considering I bought it at half of my price at the
Yeah,
moment.
yeah, Ev got a good deal on this one. So give us 6 months, I'll be back on the market for twice what he paid for it.
I don't think I'd sell it. I've always wanted one. I since I was 15 and I saw the Monaro came out, I was really wanting more. I was wanting the yellow one in Devil Yellow, but I can't complain.
We'll just get it painted. Just turn it into a devil yellow one.
Paint,
Yeah,
wrap, whatever.
yeah, right. Yeah,
Um, Change chat to live chats.
yeah. Just have a
I
quick,
see you are missing some of them. I
quick.
tried this. Like it is live chat in the on the side, but for some reason the
Let's just have a
window.
quick scroll, see if what we
Let
have
me just
missed.
go back. I'll go back to the actual web page. Give me a second. Uh, all right, let me quickly go
We'll do a
back.
quick scroll, see
I'll
what
do a
we've
quick
missed.
scroll. Reese talking about his
Uh,
3.2 meter roof.
700.
Um,
Go back up a little bit.
did we miss a question?
Uh, Off that center, that was the clutch. Yep. Where's
Yeah,
Big Ev?
yeah, talked about that one.
She stock, yeah, it's completely stock as a rock. Yes, the good dash, I totally agree. VY dash, VY interior is so much better than a VT VX interior.
I find, you know, the VTVX was more like molded around a person,
Hmm.
and the VY is more centered.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I get you. I get that. I
Have you
get that.
ever, like, the 90s, like the Supers and all that, have you ever seen one of those dashes and the RXs and all
Yeah,
that?
yeah, and
Where
they're
it's like,
curved.
it curves around the
Yeah,
actual driver,
towards the driver. Yep.
towards the driver, where in like the VY and all, it's more centered like a cockpit, like a jet fighter type
Yeah,
look.
yeah, yeah. I get that. I get that. We
Um,
miss anyone else?
Alrighty, so
Change. Yep. Are you guys going to put Big Ev's running gear in the Monaro?
well, all right. So this
Ooh.
is the
Good question. Good question.
all right. I don't know yet.
Yeah.
I haven't been given the ultimatum of both car, like if one car has to stay or not. Um, I'd like to keep one.
Oh, you
I
have to.
like to
You
keep the
have to
Monaro.
keep one.
To be honest, I fell in love with the Monaro. I'd like to keep the Monaro, but Big Ev's sentimental because I've had it for over a decade.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
done a lot of shit to it.
Oh,
Um,
speaking of that, the Facebook actually reminded me that I've had the Calais for 11 years today. So
ah,
that's technically the longest I've ever owned a car, and it's probably the worst I've treated a car, to be honest. So it's, it's getting its just desserts, and it's getting some love.
you've seen some love.
Yeah, yeah. So I think you kind of you're between a rock and a hard place, are you? You're like
Yeah.
you love Big Ev, and it's been such a pain in the ass that you don't want to get rid of it, but you've just kind of got your unicorn in the sense you've gotten the car that you've always wanted, and it's like, uh,
It is a unicorn because it's like wait, this is a hard one. Like yes, it's a Monaro, but it's only a CB6. Like I know majority like when I asked the guy, why hasn't it sold? Like it was half market value, and he said he's had three people come look at it and three people walk away, and I was like, what? And I was like, why? And he goes, it wasn't a V8.
yeah,
So there was three people have already come look at the car before I went. I already came down and looked at it, and they all walked away because it wasn't a V8. And I'm just like, you don't even like.
I think we're just different people though, aren't we? V6 versus V8 people, like, um, an LS1 or an LS2 Monaro, it's cool, but it's not really different. I think that's what's weird about us is we like supercharged V6s because they're different and people underestimate them so much. It's not funny. Yes, you got it.
No one even knew it came out in a V6.
Yeah,
I said, I was like, I bought a Monaro. He goes, oh, what is it? Oh, it's charged V6. And I go, what, it came in a
yeah.
V6? I'm like, yeah, it was an option.
When I mentioned my Calais to a lot of people, they're like, "Oh, supercharged." I'm like, "Yeah, from factory." They're like, "Oh, really?"
Yeah, it was like,
Yeah.
the L67 is a non-noted engine. It's not out there.
I think it's an underestimated engine. Like, yes, you spend some money on it, but it's a hell of a lot of fun if you get some power out of it.
Mm.
Hope you can keep both. Bogan Edition. How are we going, Bogan Edition? BY Dash gives Bionicle Gates
Greasy,
option and better. Yeah.
I probably agree. Like, it is the Australian muscle car name. So you probably would keep it to an 8 if you were to buy another Monaro. Obviously the V6 came out as an option for other people if they didn't want to go spend the money on a V8. Mind you, when this came out, petrol was probably like just kidding a litre.
No. Premium. When I first got my Calais 11 years ago, premium was like $1.60, $1.70 a litre. And
Well, this is 03. You got your Calais. 11 years
Oh
ago
yeah,
today is 2012.
in 03 it probably would have been $1 a litre for
Yeah,
premium.
so
But yeah.
I still remember when I was working at Servo and it hit $1 a litre. I had every old
You're like,
grumpy
holy
white
shit.
60-year-old back then. You go, what are you talking about? $1 a litre back in mine. It was only like 50 cents or whatever.
I'm now happy.
What was the old currency back when they were fucking 15?
Couple of pounds, the shillings.
Shillings.
It's a good day for me with the Prado if diesel's at less than $2.20 a litre. Like that's
Diesel.
yeah.
So I went to pick that up. The Colorado driving on the highway without anything towing is about just over 9 liters per 100. We shoved the trailer on to tow it down there. Now I borrowed the trailer off a mate's dad. I think he needs to redo the bearings a little bit because towing the flipping trailer down there was 14 liters per 100. Ooh. It is an agricultural trailer, so it's designed to carry heavy loads. And then towing the car back on the trailer was only 15 liters, so it only really gained a liter carrying its fat ass back. So
if you're going to drag a trailer, put some weight on it.
Yeah, fair enough.
What else we had come through the chat? When are we going to see the Monaro on the road?
All right, so answering that question, Monaro, because it was bought in New South Wales, I come across to Queensland. The registration and the roadworthy are fucking. I've got to stop using it first. The roadworthy and the registration are invalid pretty much. You only get 14 days when you come across the border to use it. I only pulled across the border this week, so I've got to go get a roadie and registration for it to use it on the road, and I will video it. I'll take it around the mountains. When I do want to first do a video of what it looks like, interior, exterior, and first things first, what's got to happen, I've been told, is obviously the aircon's one of them. It could either be a regas, but there is gas in the system, but I reckon the compressor's gone. So probably another compressor. And the shocks are pretty much shot. Obviously driving country roads.
It's had a hard life.
So I'm going to either make a decision on either just replace with OEM or something a little bit better.
Yep.
I still want to test your one out that we did.
Yeah.
So Sean took his Calais out for a drive.
Yep.
So he's got registration finally.
Yes, I do. I think in the video when we're doing the gearbox, I said November 16th we got a roadie. So we got a roadie, and in the background I've organised respray paint job. So good segue straight into the Calais. So it's currently getting its spray job done. We've stuck with the factory colour. It's not changing it. But yeah, stripped back, resprayed, factory colour. The guy that is doing it is Buckley's Refinishing. He's on Instagram. Just a mate of a mate of a mate. I'd never met the guy before. We had a really, really good chat. Brought the car to him, showed him the car, and you got those progress shots, Ev? I think I'd send you a couple of photos.
Yes, all right. So let me just go in, get it ready.
So
Go across.
I'm looking at just a couple of progress shots we've gotten so far.
So we switch across to the VY. All right, so you should be able to see that now.
Yeah. So if those who have been watching the episode rebuild, you would have seen the paint was very ordinary. Because I don't want to swear like Ev keeps doing on a live chat. So this is just fresh laid in the booth. This was only done late last week. The side panels.
So yeah, it's your mate pretty much went and stripped everything off.
Yep. So front and rear bumpers, bonnet, tail lights, badges, headlights. So it is a closed door respray, but it's not a backyard job. He does work at a reputable smash repairers, and he does this as a bit of extra side sort of stuff. So it's not just a dodgy backyard in the tin shed kind of deal. It is with some good quality equipment in a good workshop. So
There's one thing I won't do on TinShed TV is try to paint in the backyard.
yeah, nah.
I've done that a couple of times, and I always get a little bit of orange peel, and I'm never happy with the with the finish.
Yeah. So it's I should be getting it back probably mid this week by the time he puts it all back together. So I'll try and take some footage of that, and we're going to get some footage from him as well. Of the paint job of it happening in the booth. He sets up his camera in the booth and takes some stuff for his own IG. So if you want to go check him out, it's Buckley's Refinishing on IG.
I gotta find the YouTube channel. Where is it?
Gotta find the YouTube channel.
So if I just bring up a window and I'll get it ready. Keep talking, Sean. I'll find it.
Yeah, I'll just make sure I got it. Yeah.
Lee's Refinishing.
So
Buckley UFC Knockout.
yeah, I don't think he's got a YouTube. I think he's only got IG at the moment.
Instagram.
Yeah.
All right, find him.
So Buckley's _ refinishing. If you guys want to go check him out, he's got an S14 and S15 on there. We won't hold that against him, being 4-cylinder. I thought milk and juice only came in 2 liters. There we go on the right hand side. So if you click on Buckley,
there he goes. Yeah,
there
back
he
at
is.
it.
Yep.
All right, cool. Come on, bring it up. All right.
Come on, follow him back. Give him a follow.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm. Yeah, I am on TinShed. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll bring him up. Give me a second. And. Whoop, that's the wrong window I'm looking at. Give me a second. I'll go back to this one. And there we go. All right. Buckley's Refinishing.
Buckley's Refinishing. Yeah.
All right. So yeah, give him a follow. He's currently doing Sean's VY Callow. He'd love the extra following. He also does custom paint jobs on his PlayStation remote too. By looking.
Yeah, I think that was just a little just a little Christmas thing. If you go back up and click on the one with the badging on it.
So the badging. That one.
Yep. Click on that one. So that should be a little reel. Actually, no. Go back.
No.
Oh, there. Yeah. That was it.
That is it.
So this will be similar to what he's sort of going to put together for me for the Calais, sort of a strip vid, and then into the booth and laying down the paint. So you can see it's gone from a very ordinary red, laying the coats on then. So to that nice candy red. So yeah. It's a pretty clean looking paint job, even though it's a Nissan. Any patrol owners out here? So it is. He should have it all back together for me next week. I've also been shopping, and I've managed to get my hands on new chrome badges, all genuine in packet new badges, supercharged badges, Calais badges, line badges. So new chrome on it. So exterior, it should look brand new. So next step for the Calais will be interior. In the
fix up that hard cardboard.
Hard cardboard, yeah. I've got clip's still going. Yeah, so interior. Obviously, once I get it painted, I got to save up a bit of cash again. and then we'll move on to the interior, and the Grandpa spec VY Calais should really come to life.
Excellent.
Anything else come through the chat?
2003.
2003, I remember being in year
four in 2003.
What's fuel?
And
Yeah.
what was fuel back then? All I remember in year four was Dragon Ball Z. And I think it was the Freezer. No. So 2003, past the Freezer saga, we're in more of the Dragon Ball GT back then.
No, I don't know. I didn't watch that stuff. 2003. I
Man.
was already
Freezer
out
and
of high school.
Saga were the best.
So yeah, give away my age a little bit. 2003. I was already a couple of years out of high school, so I knew what fuel was, and fuel was
a bit older than me.
Fuel was like 65 cents a litre.
He doesn't have praise because he's only a kid.
Oh no, I got silver highlights. That's what I've got. They're not greys. They're silver highlights. Aussie new headlights or taillights in the VY. No, they're still the originals. They're going back in. They've just been the headlights have had a Ev did a bit of work on them, and they're
I think episode 8.
Yeah, 7 or 8. Ev did a bit of a resto on them, so we're going to give them another one, and then I'm going to see if I can get a clear coat.
That's the LEDs. Have you driven at night time yet?
Yeah. The lights itself are super bright, so super fine. Just the lenses. The lenses gone a bit crap.
7 Pablo speaks to Yeah, okay, I'd take that.
The issue I have, Reese, is the random rangernness in the beard. And every so often I'll get like one white one in the middle of the beard. It's like, fuck that off, pluck it out. Yeah, Ev's got a, but like, yeah, Ev's got a few. But like we said, he's got a kid, so
where is the apprentice?
He's probably inside.
So go find him. Do you want to keep talking?
Go find him. He's probably sleeping. You're going to go wake him up.
No.
It's already awake. It's still hot in this shed. The apprentice, Ev's little fella, Ollie. So you guys have seen him in a couple of the YouTubes. If you haven't, go back and check out our YouTubes. How's he 2 and a bit now? The little fella. We try and keep him occupied in the shed while we're in here. Keep him with us. Keep him interested. He loves the car. Anything that spins, he's onto it. So he's definitely Ev's boy. He's gonna be a hoon when he grows up, which will be great. Yeah. Oh, I can hear the pluggers. March of the pluggers. Here he comes.
It turns out my wife is also watching it live. So I shouldn't say anything bad. I don't say anything bad.
Are you trying to get up?
The kid brings on the grace. No.
Are you trying to get up the free views? Are you getting his wife to watch his live views?
Oliver, have you signed your online consent form? Daddy signs it for you. Okay.
What's that? That's some hoon revving his 2-stroke down the road.
So you hear the apprentice?
Yeah. I hear the guard dogs coming. There they come. Yeah. So
Yeah.
they're all hiding. They're like, oh yes, the shed's open. Let's come in. What are you laughing at? You see yourself on the TV? So Ollie's already sussed out the Monaro. He likes the Monaro. Pushes every button he can find inside.
Yeah. Was it? Is he the apprentice of hiding bolts? Well, he loves grabbing them. I don't know where they end up, but sometimes I find them all.
So,
but currently I'm rebuilding the CBR 600. That is go fast. Got to get it ready for sale because there you go. Here it is.
Little Ev.
And Oliver has his own little car behind us, just there. That's his little electric car. It is a plastic Ford Mustang.
Yeah, it's an EV Mustang and it's a piece of shit.
It was a good burn, yeah. I just put water on the bitumen just out the front of the house. He just does donuts.
Grab a couple of Macca's trays. Tell him to sell both cars, Ev's wife. Whose side are you on, Reese?
I just saw an aftermarket wiring lamp. Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
oh,
I didn't see that. Yeah.
oops.
So moving on to the next one. No surprises. So
What's this thing?
oh, that's I am so officially I am DDoSing my car. No more DOS. No more CalMaker.
Oh,
She's done very well. But I think after 10 years of playing with L67s, I'm done with CalMaker.
so we
So
want
I'm
this
gonna
one?
ask in the next box. Late 2500. Hey.
Ooh,
So
Jesus.
been waiting to put this in for a while. So
What is all this shit?
that's just a wiring loom. That's just bunch of copper.
If
It goes with
if we
it.
remember the Joe's Diner outing video, we all know how good Ev is at electrical. So I think I might be doing a bit of this because he can't even set up the fuel system properly. Um, what do we got? Just to aftermarket wire. Where's the other bloke from the dash removal video? That's Bo. That's one of Ev's other good mates. He couldn't.
So Bo recently just went under a he got appendicitis over the Christmas break.
Yeah, awesome.
So
Awesome. What a
he's been in hospital and been laying in bed, and
yeah.
he's probably watching this on the couch right now. The potato.
Yeah. So instead of being under the car, he went under the knife. I don't know which one I would prefer after being under Big Ev several times. Um, then you could buy a real Monaro with the money.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then it'd probably be flogged Reese and have lifter tick on every bloody lifter like every other LS does.
Over there. And the other box over there is just the
More.
shit. Yeah. No, it's more big. Um, that's just
Aftermarket
the
ECU,
dual
yeah.
wideband for it, so control it.
Reese, if you yell out if you need a hand, I'll book a plane ticket. Oh,
Wait for you
there
to
we
come all
go.
the way over here anyway. You're like, weren't you organising something with Baz Washington?
Baz Washington, Mr. Washington.
Mister, no, there's only one Baz. Remember, we don't know there's two Bazes.
Don't we?
Remember?
Oh, okay.
Everyone gets confused with both Bazes.
I suppose I don't know many people at all, to be honest. You'll come over here and help out with Big Ev, and then we'll go for a lap in the Calais, Reese, and you'll just be like, "What's this bucket of pus?"
All right. I was still in the background doing his thing.
He's still trying to get the Mustang to start.
He didn't realize that because it's an EV, I could turn it off. Um, yes, so Baz Washington's New South Wales. Barry Hayes, so Basil B. Bonebush is Queensland.
Yeah.
Basil B. Bonebush, the tuna.
That tuna. What do you got? You got it broke? Oh no!
no.
Oh no! Oh no! We better put the door back on. There you go. Yes.
All right.
The Mustang.
So
Yeah. We've got to try to put a rocket ship in a Mustang.
Before I put out my 2023 goals to Big Ev, does anyone else want to put out their 2023 goals on the chat that they want to publish?
It's all hush hush. It's
It's all hush, hush.
It's V6 world. We can't tell people what we want to do.
No, because this is the
No, I love L67s, man. Street Monsters. Yeah, my car was completely grandpa spec when I bought it, and I was like, no, I'll keep it stock. I'll keep it stock, and I've kept it relatively stock. And now it's going back to looking stock, but it's gonna be pushing a pretty nice number when we're finished with it this year, without going too crazy. Which will be a bit of fun. I would still love a manual. I actually hate driving autos, but I'm not going to go through everything that we've had to go through Big Ev to get a manual box under there. I just couldn't be bothered, to be honest. I only want to work on one manual gearbox at a time, not two.
Hey, Sean.
Mm,
I put my gearbox out today.
no, no. Well, you remember the videos? How easy was it to service the auto versus how many times we've had to rip the gearbox out of bloody Big Ev? So I think sometimes it's error. It's operator error. I don't think it's the box all the time. Someone forgets how to use his third foot. Third pedal, my bad.
Well, recently in the tune, we had Barry fix the ignition cut, so it makes it a lot nicer to change gears. So first, second, third, fourth, should be able to like pull them through the gate a lot smoother now compared to before. So
Yeah, it's much nicer. Before it was just it's just rubbish to drive. Like I had no drama with the power. It was just rubbish to shift.
now it's much nicer to
Yeah.
drive. I can actually drive around.
Yeah.
Uh, hey,
Corn fed.
going fed on. Hey man,
It's the only type of boost to have, isn't it?
that's it. That's
Corn
it.
fed. Yeah.
Yeah. Ethanol me up, boys.
Everyone loves a bit of corn juice.
Oh, not corn juice anymore. You don't only use soybeans.
Soybeans. It's my fuel gone vegan.
Yes,
Ugh.
vegan no matter what, but still.
You know what they call it? Almond milk. Because if you said, "Can I have some nut juice in my coffee?" nobody'd want one.
You know, I actually went up to a. You did, man. I actually did. I went up to the barista and I was for my wife's coffee. I was like, "Can I have a nut juice latte, please?"
Can I have an extra large nut juice latte, please?
And she was like, "Oh, oh."
Does Bo have an L67 project too? No, he doesn't have an L67. He's one of those LS boys.
Yeah, he's got a.
Yeah.
Who's Bo? He's got a VY Calais
So,
Series 2. He's
yep.
also got a DE Series 2 Redline.
Redline U, yep.
Um,
In the yellow.
in the yellow.
Yeah.
He's also got what else do you have?
Toyota Corolla.
Both Corolla.
I think it's a 93 or a 94 Corolla, something like that. That's his daily. But Bo's, he's not a modder like us. Like he's got the cars and he just loves them as they are.
He comes over here to mod cars.
Yeah, yeah.
He doesn't mod his own because he couldn't.
Yeah, he loves them as they are factory. He keeps them as they are, keeps them nice and clean, nice and tidy. He just really likes his car. He's not much of a modder when it comes to his own.
But
car.
Bo, thank you for supporting the channel, and you'll be back shortly, and
Yeah.
have you back in the shed.
We got to rip the dash out of the Calais, don't we, to do the.
Wait, Oliver, get away from that.
What are you doing? Come here. We're going to rip the dash out of the Calais to do the air cotton evaporator because Bo loved doing it in Big Ev so much.
Oh, it's up there. It's up there, unless you want to discount that. We'll take it back to red colour, please.
We'll leave it here, so it's good to.
Otherwise, anyone
Yeah,
in the call for a VY?
Hello.
Hello. Anyway, say hello.
What?
And his camera shy.
Methanol would be a party.
Ooh. Oh.
Greasy for real man. Because he has an LS.
What brakes did the V6 Miro come out with? Standard 297 millimeters. That's
Yeah.
the standard ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
They weren't any bigger than a normal BY or a BP.
Want to go
So
back over there? Keep
currently, the both Big Ev and the Monaro have the same brakes, except Big Ev just has slotted T2 rows from DBA. I want to. Yeah, I think brakes is probably one of the next things on the list to do. I pretty much need to stop.
Ollie's not happy with you saying I need to stop. Is that water? Yes, unfortunately, I ran out of rubber, and I've got to top them up. So the food isn't that close.
Thank you, Brett. Try this one.
Love a little bit of that. What are you mixing it with?
Lemonade. Yeah.
Sounds good.
You want a new ice cube? Because I can think your ice cube melted in the case like summer.
Here we go.
Fair enough.
If there's water, it won't be for long.
Fair.
Some of us have to drive home though, so a little bit light. Yeah, that'll do. Yeah, on camera can see it, so it's fine. My car drinks more alcohol than I do. I'm not a big drinker, people. It's cheaper to feed the car alcohol too. What are you doing? What are you doing? Let's put the lid on it, then you can do what you want with it. There you go. I just put the lid on it. It doesn't work like that, Ollie. Uh-oh.
There you go.
Thank you. You want to go see Mum? Get your water?
Brakes are overrated. Still have the rotor and pads from the factory in all cars. Well, big Ev only goes pretty much around the street in a straight line. Doesn't really stop.
Brakes are overrated.
Technically, I do a fifth brake, being the clutch though.
Yeah.
Well, obviously you've seen what this is, so just to put in a comparison, I did bring it up. So the factory Delco ECU pretty much runs a Motorola. Wait, on your mouth. So the Motorola HC11 chipset. So this is only a. Hey, Mum's calling. Mum's calling.
Is Mum calling?
Mum's calling.
Quick.
Who's that?
Mum.
So that's the Motorola HC11 chip. Pretty much runs the factory ECU. It's only 8 bits. 8 bits.
8 bits. That's not a lot of bits.
That's not a lot of bits. I can count on 2 hands. So compared to the new Haltech, the 32-bit processor, so it can obviously calculate packets a lot quicker. The Motorola HC11 only had 512 kilobytes worth of cache, where the new Haltech has over 2 megabytes worth. So yeah, we're hoping for a good outcome with that one.
What's the main reason you're going Haltech over the DOS? What's the benefits?
So you're getting to a point where you need more calculations per second, and having the WB2 allows your chips to be basically read. And he's wanting to go grab the bin. Oliver.
Oh no!
And, you keep.
So essentially, the biggest difference is tunability.
And
just because you can.
Basically, if it's getting to a point where it was too hard to. You change one parameter on the old ECU, and it was too much for another. So
yeah. Only because of the power you're trying to push, though.
Pretty much. Yeah. He's
I won't be going to this level in the Calais. I'm not pushing the power that Ev is, and I don't really want to. Got some SSZ brakes on the VY, and they do make difference when you need them. Whoa.
What we at?
We're actually looking at putting in the Monaro coilovers of stock. Coilovers or stock?
It depends.
Need 32 hands to count the half.
I need more toes, people.
Between the two of us, we could get there. Yeah, so coilovers or stock in the Monaro, what are you thinking?
I haven't seen who actually supports coilovers, but MSAs would be the only real option.
You want to take the Calais for a bit of a drive first, though, to sort of see how it handles with what we put in that.
That's the cheapest and nicest option I like to do. Like Epic G suspension is actually quite nice. Like they spend years actually trying to calibrate it at Holden. So
yeah, and just driving it from my place to the spray booth to the shed. gave it a little bit of a squeeze down the motorway, and I had to go around a roundabout to get up onto the motorway, and it stuck.
Yeah, well, you said the suspension guy took 2 hours to
It was
tune your suspension.
Yeah, it was almost 3 hours when I took it in to get the wheelo done. The rear end, now that we've got the adjustable bushes in it, it took him a fair while to get that rear end adjusted, and the camber and the toe was all over the place. And then it took him just under an hour to fix the front end. And I tell you what, massive difference. I gave it a little bit around the roundabout, and not to the floor, but it was still quick, and it stuck.
I think actually going to get a storm.
Bit overcast. It feels like that.
Like it.
So my experience with what we put in the Calais and the rebuild, if you haven't seen it, go back through the channels. It's King Springs FE2 ratings, or whatever they want to call it, with Munro Sport GTs.
Yep, Monroe Sport GTs and reflex shocks. I think
Reflex shock, King Springs reflex shocks, and obviously bump stops and that sort of business. But that's what we put in it, and the alignment. It's just really nice.
Margarita.
So once the Calais, back home, and we're driving around a little bit, Ev will probably give it a bit of a lap and see if he's impressed with the suspension. If he is, you might go that way. It's up to him, but I suppose it'll give you a good idea in mind.
At the moment, it's keep it pretty much stock at the moment, but it needs suspension. It does need suspension, and the question is, am I selling it or am I keeping it? If I'm keeping it, it'll be something better. If I'm not selling it, then it's just.
If you're going to keep it though, and you're not going to push big power through this thing, like
what I mean,
do you warrant?
When I mean sell it, I mean probably give it to Mum to drive, and then it comes back to the family.
It's not really selling it. That's just hedging your bets on an investment. But if you're not pushing big power and you're not really interested in driving the Monaro hard, I wouldn't think coilovers would be warranted.
No.
Just a nice solid foundation suspension's probably all you need. But again, Ev's going to drive.
They are a pain in the butt to adjust those rear bushes. I would say yes, because once you change one, your toe and your camber all go out of whack. Someone's at the front door.
He wasn't.
He
wasn't happy when he went to adjust them. He said that as soon as he put the heads on, it was actually like almost out of range of the head, basically. So he just kept winding them until he could bring them in range of the heads, of the wheelo heads, and then he started going from there. He couldn't even get a good reading when he first put them on. So, but yeah, like I said, it's mint now.
Yeah.
What we got come up? When you road tested the Monaro, did it steer any different to Big Ev?
They have a different steering rack. They're more so you turn and it turns quicker. I always find, like, if you turn a Monaro steering wheel, it feels you point the car in the direction quicker. So the ratio must be different. I know they use a different steering rack. All I did was pretty much drive it like around a block. So
there we go. I didn't even know Monaros came with a different rack. I figured I'd just find out once we put it up on stands and start pulling stuff apart. So you go, learn something new every day. I didn't know that.
They have a different steering rack. It's according to Google, they're about 85 kilos heavier.
Than what? Than a standard
executive.
Than a VT. Okay.
So
you did say the fuel tank's different as well to the
the position of the fuel tank's different, and all that, but it's technically the same wheel, but I think it's the same wheelbase if I'm corrected.
Yeah.
And everything, but they have a lot more glass because you're filling the sides with more glass and with pillars. You're technically, well, they're pretty much same on par, but like that slanted glass at the back and it's more. There's more glass.
Yeah, that back window is massive compared to a sedan. And it's laid down a fair bit more than a sedan. What are my goals for 2023? Should we tell them what the plan is for the car?
All right, let's go with you. Finish it up.
Well, the paint job, the interior, we've already touched on that. And we will be putting Big Ev's old blower, so the Eaton M90
Do you want to grab it out?
blower, wherever it's buried
It's
in
in
here.
the corner over.
But with a much larger elbow, much larger intake. That's my biggest problem at the moment with my car. No, the biggest problem.
Bottom might make an appearance later on.
The Scott,
Yeah, Scott, bring her out.
yeah, my biggest issue at the moment is I've still got a factory elbow on my L67. We've ported it, but it's still factory. That U bend just gets squashed so bad, it's not funny. So Big Ev's old blower before the Whipple happened. It's got a much bloody hell.
Oh, you
Uh,
got it out.
um, much bigger elbow. So instead of a 69 mil intake, we're going to a 85 mil intake with a 3-bolt LS1 throttle body on it. So
It's actually much lighter than the old.
bit lighter than the Whipple.
So yeah, it's got the old ASI bend, but it's all been ported out.
Yeah.
And with the 85 mil throttle body LS, so he's ready to roll.
So that will be going on the Calais. Obviously, we'll need a tune, but that's going on the Calais. More air, more fuel. So depending on what it looks like, I might go up in the injectors. My fuel pump's plenty big enough.
I think we're going to go to Bosch 11 cc's.
Yep. We're going to go to some big injectors. And, oh, my tiger! we can't censor that live.
I got
So
my safety work boots on.
What happens when you drop a blower on your big toe?
It wasn't the blower, it was the box it was in.
So so we'll put the blower on, some bigger injectors, more air, more fuel, more bang. That's it, and that's probably honestly going to be me with the Calais. I'm not interested in making a big horsepower monster out of it, and to start getting more power after that, I'm going to have to really start playing with hybrid cooler setups and that sort of business, and I really just don't want to.
The benefit you have at the moment is because that Mace Mega Blizzard is that composite material.
The thermal composite,
It's stopping the heat getting through into the blower, which is obviously reducing your output temperatures a little bit.
Yeah, and if we can obviously get more air through that blower, hopefully that'll cool that air down a bit more and just the volume of air. Like I said, more air, more fuel, more bang. Currently, we on the vids, you would have seen the Calais hit 350. We're hoping with the bigger injectors and the bigger blower, more air. I would like to see the 400. That's
Well, we're going to drop the blowers. We're going to drop the pulley size to increase the blower revs.
So I'll probably have to put a tensioner on the blower.
I still got Big Ev's super tensioner.
Yeah. So the super tensioners that failed on Big Ev will probably be good enough for mine because I won't be spinning as hard or revving it as, trying to squeeze every living drop of horsepower out of my engine like Big Ev does.
Otherwise, I haven't made a choice here if I want to do the V2 tensioner yet, but I actually haven't tested it. It works fine with an air-to-air plate because you don't have the things on the top, the ignition coils, but Sean does. So
yeah,
I actually haven't tested it in his car yet, so we might give that a shot.
So my plan with the Calais was to make it look as factory as possible, and that's one of the reasons I don't want to chase the horsepower.
We can still fit the supercharger cover on yours, or is it going to hit the roof?
It'll probably hit the bonnet, hit the other side bonnet, because I've got the Mace intercooler in there. I've got that 2 inches extra between blower and manifold, so the cover probably won't fit. We're going to put an airbox in there now. You guys have seen on the footage, it's only got a pod in there now, so I want a proper airbox because obviously that pod's sucking in a bit of engine warm air from the engine base, so we want to contain that. And also to give me back that look of just a nice, clean underbonnet look, nothing standing out too much, and have a 400 horsepower, tidy looking Calais.
I knew Mace used to do a 4-inch, like exactly factory looking top on top of the airbox.
So it's still an option. I mean, I'm out there looking for options. I want to make it, if I can get something stock and make it work versus having to go to some aftermarket stuff, I will. But yeah, if I can see 400 horsepower with that bigger blower on it, that'll do me. That'll be 400 horsepower sleeper. That's plenty of car to have some fun with.
Perfect.
Yeah, without going too crazy.
So that's your 2023 goals: 400 horsepower, bigger charger, all the little bits and pieces to go with
Yeah,
it.
yeah, and the interior. Once you get the interior done, it's just going to be like as much work as Ev did the seats. The foams are gone, so the seats are just hard. They're just crap to sit on.
You can feel the rail,
Yeah,
literally.
yeah,
You can
they're
feel the
just.
steel inside.
It's just the car's nice to drive now, but the seat is horrible to sit on. So it's the main reason I'm
If we
getting.
go back to the live chat just to see is there anything difference in it.
See if we missed anything.
Um,
Yeah, so the interior looks good from afar, but it doesn't look great the closer you get, and the seat itself is just it's not nice to sit on.
yeah. The my 2023 goals for Big Ev. All right. So basically, like I said before, Rocky Nuts. I entered in its first big competition.
Yeah,
So we'll trailer up to Rocky Nuts. Send around burnout comp. I still need to find a fire suit.
yeah. Someone needs to lose some weight because so he can fit his fat ass into a fire suit. This guy. Well, yeah, because it's a proper comp. You've actually got some rules.
I didn't realize when I entered the burnout comp, I sort of was like just go mang around the corner. But now, like, no, you need a proper fire suit. I'm like,
Yeah, yeah. So
still. So
yeah,
I'll give it a go. I want to see what I can actually do. Even though it's a manual, I'll just drop it in full gear and just send it.
just third or fourth gear and just don't hit the wall. That's
Just don't hit the wall.
just don't hit the wall, isn't?
Narrows right
Yeah.
there.
If you're an amateur burnout person and you don't hit a wall, that's a win, isn't it? You're both going to Rocky Nats, yeah?
We
Yep.
sure are.
We're both heading up there for the Rocky Nats, so we'll be getting some footage. Obviously, when Ev's on the skid pan, I'll be getting some footage of him out there. So
Man, I'll be obviously GoPro on the
yep.
on the car somewhere.
So
Install a line locker before then too. Yeah. Or you can just get those like
brake clamps.
brake clamp, little pincers on the brake. Funny story. So Big Ev, when I first had it in the first couple of years, we did a little cruise down to Coolangatta, down to what's that beach down there? Started with K.
Kira Beach, down near the border of Queensland, New South Wales.
And yeah, and when you come off the Gold Coast Highway, you got to turn right to go to Kira Beach. And I was there ready to go. And what I had done in a couple of like either weeks prior was do the brakes, do a service, and I gave them new pads. And either I didn't tighten the bolt 100% or it just made its way loose. I don't know. Ever since then, I've always used Permaseal. But anyway, as I turned the corner, the caliper swung open, locked onto the brake caliper, and I couldn't move. I was just like, "What the f?" And in the end, I just dropped it and just like skull dragged the front of the car over the intersection.
Was
and,
that
and basically to a parking lot where I could finally figure out what it was.
was that when Big Ev was still turbo?
Yeah, it was turbo. Yeah.
So those who don't know, when Ev first bought Big Ev, it was a turbo setup, and he had a little bit of fun with it. Well, you did do a burnout comp.
I did do a bad
at Queensland Raceway at Willow
Actually,
Bay.
let's see. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, I don't know if you can find it, but it was successful. You popped a couple of tyres. You didn't rip the rear bar off. So it was pretty good as a turbo, but I think he's just got the L67 bug that he just went, oh, I can't keep doing this.
I am more of a supercharged person. I just like the whine. I've had turbo before. I have a turbo diesel car. It's all right, but I've always wanted that. I like screaming cats more than
Could have said something else there. That'd probably get you kicked off YouTube.
Yeah, fair enough.
I think what he's trying to say is he likes it when the power is just on tap.
Yeah,
And it's there when you put your foot down, you've got power. Whereas with your turbo, obviously you can control it, so you get your boost pretty quick. But
buried deep in Facebook when it was turbo.
Yeah.
I can find my
Who are you looking for?
remember the wagon I used to own?
Oh,
Literally,
before Big Ev had a VT wagon L67, and he took that and did some burnouts in it, and yeah, that was actually when Ev and I first met. He had his wagon.
here it is.
There it
Holden
is.
family wagon burnout. Let me bring it up. I'll bring it up. So you find it on YouTube.
Oh, there we go. Was that a Cruise for Charity event?
Cruise for Charity years ago.
How many
Didn't have
years?
the L67 wagon. She got it right, and then I had like the glowing exhaust underneath.
Yeah, and that was with a T5, wasn't it?
No, that was a auto.
That was an auto?
That was a 4L60E, just going around in circles. So yeah,
So we hope he's gotten better than that.
just doing. I hope I have gotten better than that. Anyway, back to it.
So we'll see. We'll find out because I'm going to be there. Maybe with a better camera than a phone, but I'll be the cameraman on the outside of the fence looking in.
So
oh,
Ozzy
hold
wants to
on.
know is the Calais going as well?
No, the Calais is not going to Rocky. I don't want to break it. That's probably the simple thing. Is I enjoy a good burnout.
It could go, but it's not entered. Let's just say that.
It's not entered. I enjoy a good burnout. I'm not great at doing good burnouts. I'll put my hand up to that. I'm not good at doing a big burnout. And I just don't want to break it. I want to keep it nice and clean. I just want to have that nice sleeper vehicle. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So my other goal.
correct size turbo solves that. Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Oh, there's nothing like turbos work. You can't argue that, and they're free power. They come from exhaust. They got their pros. I think we just love blown cars.
Yeah.
Really, that's all it is.
I can wait. My mind went dark with that. Anyway.
What's in that can?
So my goal 2023 is 10 seconds with T56.
Ooh,
So
10-second quarter.
10-second quarter manual.
Ooh,
I don't think I'll get it, but I'll try. I'll try. I know there's gonna be a lot of. Let's just say last time I took Big Ev down, it was not. It was making half the amount of power, and I had a huge issue with Traxel stamp and everything.
yeah.
Best I can make was a 13.4 with 340 horsepower.
So you got a bit more horsepower now. So it's whether you can get it to the ground and actually get it to move. Yeah. Even reach 10 second.
I don't mind if I make 10.98.
So in the tens.
In the tens.
Right.
No, not
right.
10.0. No. No, not 10.0. Just like Carnage always wants to get an 8-second car. They just want like 8.98 or something like that.
I like how he's gone. I want a 10-second car to. Oh no, 10.98. In the real world, we'd round that up to an 11.
But yeah.
You know, 1 second's a long time, man.
No. Well, everyone goes 10 seconds. It's 10.0 to 10.99.
Yeah, 10 to 10. Yeah, we'll take that.
If we worked in your world, it'd be 9.5 to 10.49.
He's a 10, but drives a manual L67. 1001 or 1099. It's a 10. Yeah. True.
Yeah, exactly. So
I think I'd be happy with like a 12 and a half, 13. I don't think I'd get much quicker than that.
I don't want to go anything faster than 10.0 anyway, because it never have a cage in it, and I'll probably get kicked off the track right away.
Yeah, if it goes quicker than that, people start asking questions why you don't have a cage and why is it still a road registered car and all that sort of business. So, but yeah, well, what was the first thing when you hit the 600 horsepower? You started whinging about how shit the fuel economy was. It's like you've got the horsepower of a V8 supercar and you still want fuel economy.
Well, the Helltech will help a little
The
bit.
Helltech will help a little bit, but He's like, oh, it's going to chew so much fuel. It's like, you got 600 horsepower. 12 E's in the Calais. There we go. There we
Yeah,
go.
yeah. I
All right,
think
let's put that down as a 2023 goal. When we go out to a test and tune, and he thinks he's going to crack a 10.
to be honest, you'll get 12 E's in a Calais. Do you want to say 11 as a goal?
Whoa.
Because if I can make 3.4 in a manual and I had less horsepower than you're going to make,
Yeah, all right. Let's say
11.99 or better.
yeah, let's say between 11 and 12 for the Calais. Does that lean as
Lean is
mean
mean.
on cruise? Yeah.
Nah, not too lean, Reese. I'll still throw some fuel in there.
Would you consider turboing Big Ev to complete the race car with a cage?
Nah,
Mm.
nah.
No, no.
Add a turbo. Nah,
No.
nah.
Nah. It's kind of like maths at school, Ev. You've got to show your answer and you're working. You can't just go, nah,
Nah.
nah. Well, why not? You don't like turbos?
I think I need. If I want to keep it manual, I think keep it supercharged. I think with an auto, a turbo makes it easier because you can spin the converter and make it spill a little bit.
Yep.
But I think if I keep it to a manual, mind you, if I keep pushing bigger, the T400 is the next step.
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah. If
I don't
you,
want to do that just yet.
what do you mean just yet? I don't want to do that at all.
It's lighter to pull out at least. It weighs half the amount.
Power glide. What do we get from Reese? You'll need to change the gift gears and a stall to crack 11s. Yeah.
Well, oh wait, no, oh that's yours.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah, 12. 12.
What it is in the back of yours at the moment? 345s?
Yeah, currently 345 LSD. Sitting in the back of mine, it was a 308 open factory diff when I bought it. So single pegger, yeah,
So you still have the option if you really want to go to 3.7s, but I think when
yeah,
a 3.7s
yeah.
and a 4L60E is a bit.
I think it's a bit too tall. I think the 345
Three
it
four
just
fives
sits
is a happy
nice.
gear for
Yeah,
the 4L60E. Yeah.
yeah, but I'm not some engineer. Some engineer worked it out, did all the maths, and I think they've got it pretty right with a 345 gear ratio with that gearbox. And yeah, with the 4L60E auto, I just it's not a great box. We all know that. It's a good auto, kind of.
You're pushing limits now.
Yeah, it's not a great gearbox. So I'm happy with the 345 gears. Yeah. What are you currently running, Big F? Three,
Three.
four.
There's currently 345s in at the moment because as you saw, remember that YouTube video earlier on in the year, I thought there was something wrong with my diff and ended up being a freaking bolt on the fucking brake line.
That was the hum and the bum episode.
The Ham the Bum episode,
Yeah.
yeah. I saw my diff was on its way out and I pulled the diff out and I realised it was just my CB bolt touching a brake line.
CV bolt. Yeah. Three, four,
Don't
six
know,
will
don't
be
ask me how that happened, but anyway. I sent it away to get refreshened.
refreshing. 346 with min. I assume 307 still. Yep. No, all good.
Yep.
We have 1,000 horsepower turbo in here in WA with a happy NWA with a four slippy. Yeah, and then one guy knows who can build me them good. I think that's probably the biggest thing with I'm gonna say amateur builders like us. You've got to find that network of people, those people that can actually do what they say they can do,
Well,
and will help you out. Like,
for safety reasons, just in case I don't drop a diff on my foot now.
oh, that's right.
Yeah, I still got my Harrop to cover the show on with a 373 diff the front big Ev. So
There we go. So upgraded gears and the
Yeah.
Harrop cover, so we can get a bit more oil in there. So he doesn't cook those diffs. Like I was saying, I think with us amateur guys, you just got to find those people that you can trust and are actually interested in helping you achieve what you want to achieve with your cars without charging an absolute fortune. So yeah, once you find those people that are sort of on the same line as you stick with them. You stick with them. It just makes life so much easier for everyone.
only one guy who can build them good.
Mm.
Rocky at LSX Powertrain.
Is the The 4L Slippy King
Well,
LSX
Slippy
powertrain.
King.
Where is LSX powertrain over your side of the world, Reese? Yeah. The only
The difference is between the V6 and the V8 world of the 4L60, if that's what we're talking about, is
hmm,
the torque curve in a V8 is always a little bit higher. So it's way past the converter lockup, where our power is always made down low with the converter still slipping. And the issue you have there is it just cooks the fucking box.
yeah, but so far so good. We saw the episode where we dropped the fluid out of my box. What was left of the fluid?
Will you
Um,
run a Harrop charge in the future?
ooh, ooh.
I've already contacted them.
Does that mean I get? Does that mean I get the Whipple that's currently on Big F?
Shut up.
How many more gearboxes do I have to pull out to get the Whipple? Will you put a?
I should have actually. Oh well, it's out in the open now.
Will you? How big a Harrop? Or you don't want to disclose that information?
Oh,
We,
it's always fun to design on demand.
could we suggest that 700 could be reachable,
The past,
surpassed?
surpassed.
Oh, is that a 2023 goal
That's a
though, or
2024 goal.
it's a 2024 goal? There we go. So, got to hang out another year and a bit. We
Maybe
just
for
we just don't worry about Big F. Just drop a Harrop in the Calais. How much more horsepower would you get with a Harrop?
let's just say a proper supercharger, a bigger displacement, less heat made from rotating the rotor so much. It's back within its efficiency range. That's all I'm saying.
Are you saying that you're outside the efficiency range at the moment?
Yeah, the 2.4 is way outside its efficiency range. 2.4 is spinning at 18,000 RPM. It was
and
never designed to go that far.
and it's doing it, and it's fine. He's hit his like. So what you're saying is you're pushing the blower past its limits, but you hit 600. So who cares?
One sec, I need to go find my child before he screams his mother to death.
Benefits of having kids sounds fun. Um, what else are we doing to the Calais? Um, not doing anything else to the Calais. What else we got in the chat? What else we got in the chat for our? Oh yeah, Reese. Yep. So LSX powertrains over your side of the world. That's it's a long way to get some gearbox work done, to be honest. How much more horsepower would you get with a Harrop? Yep. Um, yeah. So Rocky Nats. We covered Rocky Nats. We're going to Rocky Nats. So we're going to trailer it up there. Ev was like, "Oh, should I drive Big Ev up there?" I was like, "No. If it breaks, we need some way of getting it home, and I guarantee he'll break something because that's what Ev does. He likes to break stuff, so we have to fix it. And it's also really expensive to drive a car up there on E85. Be a fast trip though. Have you got the little man? No.
No, he's coming out getting an change. That's what we're screaming about.
New carpet for the Calais, the red stain. That's right. Yes, the red stain. Yes. The interior guy that I've gotten onto is hunting around and sourcing as much as he can for me. Obviously, not a lot of people were open over the Christmas period. The suppliers weren't open, so. But yes, that's the plan. Get rid of that red stain. Replace all the leather. Refoam those front seats. The back seat's actually pretty soft still because it's to be honest, it hasn't been used. It's the Calais is not a family car. It's never had kids or anything on the back seat. So rear seat foam's probably still mint. The leather's just a bit ordinary. Front seats will get refoamed. New leather in the door cards, new carpet, new hood lining, new visors. So full interior is the plan. Is the plan. Yeah, is the plan. So and we're still gonna. We've jokingly been saying it, but I think I might actually do it and get some lamb's wool seat covers and some Venetians in the back window just to go that grandpa spec because we all know we love a lamb's wool seat cover.
Granny visor for the front.
Oh come on, that's That's probably my limit. A granny visor for the front. That's not acceptable on any car. What's your problem? Is your Mustang still
All
not
right.
start?
Well, I only budgeted 45 minutes for this video, and it's currently sitting at an hour and a half nearly. So,
What is it?
if there's anything
You know
anyone
what
would like to ask any more questions, I'm up for 10 more minutes, and then I'm gonna
You gonna mow the lawn?
sign off for the night, and then give little man his dinner.
Dinner? What's for dinner?
I don't know what you want.
Oh no! Oh
Do
no!
you want Subway?
Well, are we gonna get Subway that they purposely light on the salad for the fat bloke?
No, but if we make it, do you reckon they would sponsor us?
Well, it's between Subway and GYG.
Yeah.
It's chicken burrito.
You got Zambrero the other day, didn't you?
Was it Zambrero?
He also says Zambrero.
Right. Yeah, so Subway or Zambrero, if you'd like to sponsor the TinShed TV.
New rooms for the Calais.
New rooms for the Calais. Um, yes, I'm actually looking for a set of factory 17-inch Calais, so we can take it back to that. Oh, he likes Uncle Sean better.
Well, from the keys.
Um, yeah, so I'm looking out for a set of factory 17-inch VY Calais rims. So we can get that factory look. Because TinShed TV proudly sponsored by Subway. um, Subway, Zambrero.
Eat corn.
Um, yeah, so back to a 17-inch rim. Again, that factory look, that sleeper look. And I can get some nice, semi slick, maybe some Bridgestone RE 003 tyres or something in a 17 rather than an 18.
On Big Over RE003.
Yeah, I've got RE 003s on the front of the Calais. And to be honest, I haven't driven it much to tell you whether they're a good tyre or not. They've been on there for a little while. But something like that. And in a 17, there's just a bit more availability with tyres. And you get a bit more rubber on a 17 rim.
Wait, bring me that, Oliver.
The issue I have is finding factory VY Calais rims that haven't been gutter rashed. Yeah, that's the hard bit right now. I can find plenty of the big wide spoke VZ Calais rims that are rashed, but not VYs. Big Ev's still running semi slicks. Not currently. Not currently. The semi slicks that Ev got were he was not impressed. What are you running at the moment, Ev? Are there you go, 255 RE003s on Big Ev. Reese said RE003s are bloody good with a little bit of heat in them. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, they just look like a nice tire that you can give them some, and they'll give it back to you and keep your car straight. So, yeah, that's the plan. So from the outside on the Calais, if you look closely enough, you'll see the tires won't be a stock looking tire, but other than that, it's going to look pretty standard from the outside. So you got RE003 all four corners at the moment.
Correct.
Thanks to friend Mike down at Bob Chain. They're not a cheap tire, but they do all right. What are we? Are you getting some skid rims? Where are we getting skid rims from for Rocket Nuts?
I'll contact Mike. But going to the old second handy.
Some old 15x7 Steelies.
Yeah.
Take your rear bar off so you don't rip it off when you pop a tire.
Yeah.
If it pops the tire.
I'm not going to smoke up the RE003s.
Smoke up really well too. Some of us have got controllable power, Reese, where we don't just fry them as soon as boost comes on. I'm sure you get plenty of heat in your tyres.
Does so Sonora have climate control or being a CV6 get standard? It's standard.
It doesn't have climate control.
It doesn't have climate control.
POV pack. The Calais got dual zone climate control.
No, the CV6 maybe they tried. They never did. Maybe because they didn't want people to buy the CV6 over the CV8. So they gave it the standard of everything. All right.
You
So,
chasing the puppy?
all right. 5 more minutes, people.
I run linglongs on the V1. And how long do they last you? One skid done.
One skid. I think this is the harder compound tires always last longer. They just
Silver center dash on the Monaro. Yeah, you do
yeah,
have the silver center dash.
still
Yeah,
send a dash.
so it's very So it's the same as my
But
Calais.
there's
Yeah,
nothing saying I can go find a VY Series 2 Calais and just rip the interior out of it if I wanted to. It just it depends like where I want to go with it. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think you kind of at the
Not-
moment you're kind of just happy to sit on it and actually think about it rather than rush into it.
Yeah.
Because the Monaro is actually in really really good nick. So it's only a CV6, but I don't know. What would you say? Just appreciate the factory
The factoriness, the
look.
fact that I can turn it on straight away and I have to sit there waiting or have to idle for 20 minutes before I drive it.
Yeah,
Um,
this thing can run on crappy 91.
91,
Yeah,
even though you probably only want 98, but
yeah.
anyway.
Tires cost too much. Won't grow up regardless, so may as well go cheap. Yeah,
Mm.
fair call. Fair call. If you're gonna fry them all the time, put the hard ones on rather than good quality ones.
I do have some 19-inch SIGs in the corner for the Monaro if I wanted to.
Yeah, we could put some SIGs on the Monaro. That would maybe just
And,
lower it a touch and then put the SIGs on it. That'd look pretty trick.
yeah.
Um, HSV's HSV still a Monaro.
Mm.
Yeah. HSV. I just want one.
It's, no, but it's not a HSV, it's a Holden.
Mm.
Is there was no change. It was a Holden. The HSV and that what's that? The HSV is called the coupe.
Coupe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Aussie's asked, does a Monaro have anchor points in the back for the apprentice to ride? Does it have anchor points in the back? It's the bucket seat
Actually,
rear.
that's a good question.
Yeah.
Never.
I would think it would still have the top. Well, yeah, possibly. No?
It doesn't.
Yeah, because it is the bucket seat. Because it is the bucket seat rear, it probably doesn't have them. No. There you go. That's an oversight that I don't think Ev even thought about, and I didn't either, to be honest. But I don't have kids, so I don't care whether it's got anchor points or not. Sigs would look really nice. Yeah, yeah. Thought all Monaros were HSV. It's got the holes. It just doesn't have the anchor points. There we go. He can't even see him on the rear parcel shelf. So possibly not at all in a Monaro. It could be.
It's better than one.
Yeah, it could be a design thing, being a Yeah.
I'm looking at the boot.
Yeah. I thought all Monaros were HSVs. I don't think they were, Reese. Yeah, I think the Monaro's got. I think the HSV Monaro's got some brake work and some suspension work, and obviously the badging and stuff like that. And I don't think any of the CV6s were HSV Monaros. So this one's definitely not HSV. There we go. So it doesn't have any fitted, but he could probably get some put in it. But then he'd have to stuff around trying to put a baby seat in a bucket seat. Yeah. So this is definitely it's not a bench. Yeah. So this is definitely a Holden Monaro, a Holden bookwork, a Holden badges, not a HSV. HSV Coupe, GTO, and GTS. There you go. Check the handbook. Yep. Would you two both fit in the back at the same time? Yes, because we get a seat each, but I reckon it'd be a tight fit. There's not a lot of leg room or a lot of toe room, to be honest. Um, I'm a snug fit in a bucket seat, but that's all right. That's the point of a bucket seat, isn't it? Hold you in. Um, so Reese thinks we should put the SIGs on there. He reckons they'll look really nice.
Yeah, factory color that would look pretty good.
So there you go. Learn something new every day. There we go. Ozzy asked if we both fit in the back at the same time. We would, but wouldn't be much leg room or foot room left.
No, I don't. I
Nah.
don't go well on planes either with like drinks, so maybe not.
I'm claustrophobic. But I wouldn't buy a Monaro to sit in the back seat.
All right. Well, it's 6:30, people. We've been on
Wow.
for an hour and a half. I did actually went quicker than I expected. So,
Yep.
uh, thank you very much for tuning in. Follow the channel. I know a lot of people haven't actually subscribed, but they have. Yes, I do know the hazards are on as well. There is someone in the front seat.
He loves the hazard lights, and it's the only thing we let him.
The only thing is the hazard lights in a VY is it's a big red button compared to the VT.
Yeah, and after playing in the Calais for quite a bit, he knows exactly what that button does.
So yeah.
So yeah, the hazards are on.
Thanks for tuning in. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please do. It just means
And share it around.
share it around. Yeah.
Share the love. We know there's a community out there. We just got to get people to tap into it. So
More than happy to share content on my knowledge of the V6, and that's why I made the channel. I made the channel to share it to other people. So
yeah.
I probably have to pull the engine out at some point for Big Ed this year to do a bit of a freshen up and a clean. And I need to fix that power steering hose that's currently leaking on the subframe. So
There's little things on Big Ev that are maintenance things, but it's just such an effort getting to shit in your engine bay, to be honest.
I got him out of the car.
he knows which buttons to use, but he can't get in and out of the car. Yeah, Big Ev's got a power steering leak at the moment. It's not a big one, so that's on the to-do list. It's just getting to it. You guys have seen Big Ev's engine bay. It's a pain in the butt. He's not happy. He hasn't figured out how to open and close the doors yet, so that's where we're doing a good thing. All right. Cool. I think we'll sign off now. Let's go grab some
Go grab some dinner.
some Subway.
Some Subway. Eat fresh.
Subway for dinner.
All right, everyone.
All right. Cheers, guys. We'll see you in the YouTube channel in the YouTube vids when we bring them out. See you guys.
Bye. Shit, that went quicker than I expected.